What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about the NFL Mover promo that's going to be coming very soon. Now, the number one question I've been getting asked is about Dez Bryant. Where's Dez Bryant going to go? He did make that comment about, yeah, I'll see you guys 2 times a year, so that probably leaves us with the NFC East. Which team do I think out of the NFC East would probably be most likely to get Dez Bryant? To make it easy for everybody, I'm going to go to the upgrade section. So you guys, you know the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Giants. Where are we at? I don't know where we are right now. We have to go over to the upgrades, right? To make it, I'm just going to so I could just like lay it out based on the team. Okay, so you got the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Redskins, right? So look, let's just take a look at what Dez Bryant can possibly be. Now, let's keep in mind, right, when we're looking at his power up, right now, if you were powering up Dez Bryant, I'm going to let you guys know right now, you're an ultimate idiot for doing it. But that doesn't matter, because if you're watching the video, more than likely, if you're new, you're going to probably enjoy the content. If you're a regular, you understand where we're going with it. We don't like to make stupid decisions here at GmiasWorld. So if you already started powering him up, there's nothing we could do about it, okay? Because I don't know why they gave him the catch in traffic, and this man cannot catch. But listen, we're not going to worry about that. He's gone from the Cowboys, so let's go to where he would most likely be. The only thing that but doesn't really make sense, like that somebody would have the ability to utilize Dez, would be the Giants. And let me tell you why. OBJ, right, with all the stuff that's going on with OBJ, he's overseas, he's doing wild things with people that he just met on Instagram, whatever OBJ is doing, right? I think that Dez Bryant and OBJ would be a ridiculous combination and would bring more excitement and hype back to the New York area. Because remember, OBJ has made it very, very clear that he's not going to step on the field without a new contract, all that stuff going on. So I think the Giants more than likely, because Eli Manning is a veteran quarterback, and I think that he would be able to get that back shoulder throw to Dez to more utilize his attributes. Because it's not that Dez is a terrible receiver. You see what I'm saying? It's specifically that he's lost a lot of what his body used to be able to do, and he can't perform the same way anymore. So he has to try to really figure out how to do other things. He didn't really figure out a lot of other routes. He runs a go route, he runs a slant, and probably the comeback for the back shoulder. That's all he really runs. So now it'll I don't know if you guys remember, like with Plaxico Burress, with the first Super Bowl that they won, the New York Giants, the fade route, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, hitch and stuff like that with Plaxico. Plaxico wasn't the fastest receiver, and I know he was 6'5", and Dez Bryant is 6'2", so you're probably like, what do you mean? Dez Bryant would more be able to utilize the capabilities of a veteran quarterback, because Dak Prescott, he's not at that point yet where he can throw Dez open. Tony Romo made Dez really, really good, because Tony Romo was, he would change up what he was doing. He was more of a guy that, he would just, whatever was going up, he would just do whatever he could do to make the play happen. Dak Prescott is more of a prototypical quarterback. He's not trying to figure out what's going on and just change up the play in the middle, and it was supposed to be a slant, but now it's out. He's running around. He's not trying to do that. He wants you to do the steps. He wants you to be, when you turn, the ball's going to be there. Dez is not that kind of receiver. So now look, when we look at the Giants, right, let's just take a look at it, because obviously their coach has been fired. A lot of different things have happened. OBJ, depending on what happens with him, we know that Brandon Marshall, I don't know if he retired or whatever, but that guy sucks. He's way past his prime. He needs to just go do radio, whatever. He was terrible last season. So I think Eli Manning, because they're going to probably give him like another year, I think having a veteran quarterback will benefit Dez. I really do. That's like the best case scenario. The Eagles are more likely to win the Super Bowl regardless. I don't think they need Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's not a necessity. I think their offense is fine. I think that when they get back Carson Wentz, even though people are saying, yeah, Nick Foles and all, bro, Nick Foles had a great run. I don't think that they're gonna, once Carson Wentz is healthy, I think that it's his team. Anybody that's saying anything else, I don't know, maybe you guys are just haters or whatever. Carson Wentz is gonna be a great talent in this league. It was unfortunate that he got hurt, but that's what happens. Injuries happen. It is what it is. But I do believe that it's his team. Right now, the way that they're offensively set up, there's not really a star receiver. Would they be willing to give Dez a chance with incentives? I think that that gives them an edge with Dez Bryant only if Dez Bryant is willing to do a little bit more. Because remember, Carson Wentz is that kind of guy where he likes to experiment too. He changes up plays. He does different things. He's not a guy that's going to sit in the pocket and just wait to see what happens. He's going to make something happen. So I like Carson Wentz even though he isn't a veteran. You understand what I'm saying? I still think, you know, what is this? It's going to be his third year or whatever. I don't think he's like that, you know, I don't think he is as like, you know, pinpoint, you know, want to have the two-step and the turnaround. I don't think he's like Dak. I would much rather have Carson Wentz, in my opinion, even though he had a much more talented team. I like the upside of Carson Wentz more than I do Dak Prescott. That's just me looking at film and seeing what he's able to do because he has a little bit of Russell Wilson, but then he can also be accurate as well. Not saying that Russell Wilson isn't accurate, but we all know what he does. Russell Wilson, he had no O-line last year, and he just made it happen. He had an unbelievable year. So I think that Carson Wentz would be a safer choice if Dez Bryant was looking to actually win. Because even with Dez Bryant, I don't think that the Giants right now are ready to win anything. I think that they, right now, with the way that the whole last year with the coach being fired, I think they're in shambles right now. And they don't know what's going on with their star receiver, and it's just really, really bad. They have a lot of rebuilding to do. And the reason that I would say that it's better for the Eagles is because if Dez Bryant even if he's even remotely a shell of himself, you know what I'm saying, guys? Like if he goes out and Carson Wentz is, able to give it to him on the back shoulder, that can be a very dangerous thing for any team facing the Eagles. Just something else offensively. But I don't think they need it. I don't think they need anything offensively. I think that offensively they're fine. I'm just saying, if he went here, I would much rather see Carson Wentz getting him the ball than Eli Manning, because, Eli Manning is slower. He doesn't have that much time in the pocket. Carson Wentz going to make things happen. I don't want to hear this Nick Foles stuff. If you guys start going up with the Nick Foles stuff, man, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. Like, the guy was the MVP. I think he played an unbelievable playoff series, but people seem to forget how they were put in position to make that run. Carson Wentz. And finally, the Redskins. Now, we all know what's going on with the situation, right? Kirk Cousins is gone. Alex Smith is in. Alex Smith is only as good as the surrounding pieces that are with him. Okay? So with that being said, right? How was he in Kansas City? Okay, look, let's just put it like this, right? He played well, but he had a great running back. He had a great tight end before he got injured. And we saw them blow a lead. That was really, really wild. Now, you could blame it on the defense. You could blame it on Darrelle Revis catching a football and then giving it back to the other team when the Titans beat them in the playoffs. You could blame all that, right? But the bottom line is, when it comes down to it, no matter how bad your defense is playing, when you have a lead like that, you still have an opportunity to make plays and to make something happen. Alex Smith didn't do that. I don't think that they're better off with Kirk Cousins. I like the fact that Kirk Cousins gets a fresh start and he's able to do what he has to do. I do like his upside with the Minnesota Vikings. I think he's going to be a lot better. As far as the way the team goes, I think he's a very, very good quarterback that just wasn't treated fairly, okay, by his organization, and they kept betting on him. Betting against him, and they kept losing. And I love to see these kind of stories come out. Would Dez Bryant be a good fit with Alex Smith there now? I don't know. Because remember, Dez Bryant doesn't demand double coverage. See, this is the thing that people don't seem to understand. Dez Bryant is not a burner. So he doesn't demand double coverage. So what is he really doing? He's a guy that's going to have to beat a guy one-on-one. Can he do that? Can he jump up? Can he make these plays? I think if you gear up a quarterback to play with Dez Bryant the same way that Tony Romo did, throwing him open, which I think that the ironic thing about it is Kirk Cousins, I think, could do that, even though he's not with the Redskins anymore. That's ironic about the situation that we're looking at Kirk Cousins, but he's not there anymore. I think he would be able to do that. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, I think he would be able to do that, but he's not there. Alex Smith. Alex Smith is more of a, they used to call him a game manager, but then he had Tyreek Hill instead of throwing the ball down the field. Look, I don't know what Alex Smith is. I really don't even know how to really gauge what he's going to be. But I don't think it'll be a good fit for the Redskins. I just don't think so. Like I like the Giants because right now the Giants organization is really having an issue trying to figure out their identity with what has happened with the coach. Okay? And just to give you guys an idea, we're going to go ahead and we're going to search the more recent cards that have Dez Bryant and give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Because this is something that you guys really have to understand. Dez Bryant sucks in this game already. So his movers card is not going to be you know, that whole prolific, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, oh my God, Dez Bryant. Because every wide receiver drops the ball in the game, but when you already suck and then you're coming out again and do, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this card. 87 speed, his catching is an 88. So he's below all metas, all around. So everybody has been really down on Dez, and it's up to Dez to prove everybody wrong. And it's weird that EA would give him a catch in traffic as a motivator when the guy, you know, if you just look at the film, he was unbelievably terrible last season. And I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, just bash him. Look, if you're good, you're good. That's why most players walk away from the game before they start to decline. But Dez Bryant is only 30. He has a lot more left in the tank. I just don't think that he took it seriously to finesse his craft and to be the best that he can be. And I think that now it's really hurting him. That's what I believe. I really think that right now it's just not working out for him the way that it's supposed to be, simply because of what he chose not to do. When you have enormous talent, that's the time when you're young to try to make the most out of it so you can have something to fall back on. Why do you think Michael Jordan was so good later on? He developed that fadeaway. He developed a way to be great as he got older. You got to find other ways, and Dez just didn't do that. The best thing that you guys can, you know, wish for him to, wish to happen is that he works with a wide receiver coach. He starts to take his craft a little bit more seriously. And number one, somebody actually signs him. Because nobody's going to pay Dez Bryant the money that he was just recently getting paid before Jerry Jones decided to cut him. So that's where we are right now. So for everybody asking about specific mover cards, you guys know what you want. You guys know what to do. Leave it in the comments. If it's something very, very interesting about the card, I will do a video just for you and I will release it. But this was something that was very, very interesting that was asked to me in the comments last week. As soon as he was cut, it was asked to me, and I just wanted to make sure that I addressed it. Would I get a Movers Dez Bryant card? I don't think they're going to have him souped up enough to do that, so I would pass on it. But that's just my insight with it. I want to go ahead and ask you guys to go ahead and like the video, share it, give us a video view goal of 88,000. All right, yeah, that's kind of wild, but you never know. Ask and thou shalt receive. I'm going to see you guys and girls later, man. Enjoy your day. One love.